Yeah.
Hello, listeners. This is Chris Frederick with the Stretch to Win Institute at stretchtowin.com, and I'm here with one of my esteemed graduates from New Zealand. Yes, she came from New Zealand 3 times. I think it was 3 times,
Times.
at least, um, to come take workshops in Arizona. And without further ado, I'll let her tell her story because I think it's very inspirational, which is why we're doing this interview. So, Holly Lynch from New Zealand. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
I'm going well.
Good.
Um, your email, as we discussed a little while ago, which is the email you sent me. My, as we say, goose pimples. I don't know if you have goose pimples in New Zealand, but when your skin raises and the hair, if you have hair on your skin, raises. I really felt the emotions. I felt the excitement of your how your life has changed over 3 years ago. So, if you wouldn't mind, would you share with us what started in your life 3 years ago that changed everything?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of starting out, I was pretty young. When I first came to Arizona, I had, I think, my 25th birthday at the level one course. And um, I was really just, looking for a career where I could help people and enjoy work every day. I sort of, I don't want to have a career where I, have to worry about going to work at all. And so I was doing movement therapy. Really, I was always interested in personal training and stuff, but really focused on helping people move for wellness. And I happened to read a Poliquin article which talked about you guys, and said basically you're the best in the world, and everyone should take your course. So I thought, why not? I better jump on a plane and get over there. And so that was the first experience I'd ever had with FST, as there was no other therapists in New Zealand at the time. And yeah, hit level one, and it was like I didn't even know anything about what we would be doing or anything. I thought we'd just kind of be doing floor based work, to be honest.
Hmm.
And then ever since then, as soon as I got home, kind of everything changed for me. I started, taking on clients, and it's just built from there more and more. And I, was hooked straight away. I've been just building my business, and I think it took maybe 3 months after doing level one. I was completely full time, just doing FST.
My goodness.
Uh, and then yeah, I really haven't looked back, and I went back for level two, and then both of the level three courses, and can't get enough really. So yeah,
So let's turn back the clock a little bit. You said it took about 3 months to get to work full time. What do you mean by full time? How many hours a week are you saying after your
yeah,
first level of training with us?
yeah. So about, I mean, I think initially I was probably quite happy seeing up to 30 clients a week,
30
or
clients in
25 to 30.
really?
Yeah. So that was pretty quick. I mean, I had personal training clients who I straight away, said get on the table and we'll do this and show you what I've been learning. And then from then it's just people want to share it with each other. That's been just the most incredible thing. I've never had to do any marketing. I don't even actually have a website. I just use Facebook intermittently. So it's just been a word of mouth thing. People just can feel the change straight away, and so they share it with each other, and that's just been kind of easy, to be honest. I love doing it, and when people see the results, they just want to tell their families and their friends and everything.
Well, I
So
can feel the passion for what you're doing right now, right through FaceTime interview here. And your clients would feel that too, obviously. You share the excitement and passion with them. Then, of course, you help them. So they become your cheerleaders.
yeah, definitely,
And then they
yeah,
want to tell, they just want to tell. I mean, why not? If you eliminated someone's pain or enable them to do a functional, something really important for them that they couldn't do before, especially if they tried other therapies and other
yeah,
methods and it didn't work so well or completely, you want to tell everybody about that if you love people, if you care about others.
yeah. And I think that's where a lot of initially it did come from, was that this was kind of this new, brand new thing, and so people that had not succeeded with a lot of other things kind of came and just sort of said, I've got nothing to lose, so I'm just going to try you. And then, lo and behold, it actually worked for them. And so they could get some relief. And, and even just with the level one work, it was like, it can be quite miraculous. You don't even really know how to explain it at that point, but people, their lives can really change. And so, yeah, people and I think the most special thing, and it's a real honor when people, want to bring in their whole families. I
Hmm.
see, one person comes in and then, the next thing their spouse and then all their children and their brother and their sister and their, every person that they know, they're telling, you've got to try this. So it's just such a great feeling.
And it's
Yeah.
wonderful to see to hear you and all of our graduates succeed this way because Ann and I, we created this work. We had the same success. We had families, we had kids to grandparents coming in. It's such a wonderful way to be tied into your community and to
Yeah.
help the whole family get
Yeah.
better. I want to hear about how things changed. It's funny because as you take the level one, you help a lot of people, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm getting complex pain patients or clients or people with really some serious issues. Tell me what motivated you to go to level two and how that changed how you practiced, and then what kinds of people you started helping at that point.
Yeah, I think definitely when I started with level one, it was, a lot about improving mobility. It was the people in the gym. And then, people would come in just non-specifically, their pain would go like they would say, oh, my plantar fasciitis is not sore anymore. Or, I used to have this really bad hip pain and it's not sore anymore. And so then, they'd say to somebody else, oh, well, you've got hip pain as well. You've got to go and see, try out this FST. And so then people would come with a specific issue, and really, that's what spurred me to learn more, and that's what's continued to spur me to learn more because, from there, maybe their like medical practitioners have also heard, they go back to their doctor or to their dentist and say, my jaw's feeling better, or my back or something, and so then they, have been really motivated as well to send on other patients, which has been really incredible. That that sometimes. Something that's quite a closed circuit of referral often, in the medical line, they're willing to take a step out and try and find, because I think, all, medical professionals just want to do what's best for their patient, and
Mhm.
so for that honor to kind of, for them to put their trust in you is yeah, really incredible.
Well, I have to tell you, I noticed right from the get-go when you did level one with us and you were sending in questions about these amazing clients that had all of these bizarre things going on. I'm like, who is, how does Holly get these clients? So, could you tell me a little bit about what you were just saying about why would a physician trust you? You're not medically trained officially. You don't have a medical license. You're not a physiotherapist. You said you're basically a trainer
Hmm.
by trade or training.
Hmm.
And so, how the heck did people with medical backgrounds refer to you? Why would they trust you?
I mean, it's the results that speak for themselves. I think it's, it's that history now, and I think, um, for them, it's they've seen it work with other clients, with their friends or their families, that have got them, to come in, and the knowledge that we get, with FST. So being able to explain to them, in a terms that they can understand as well, that is on the same level for them in a lot of ways, especially when the research with fascia is so new. Especially here, we don't have any, real medical training around fascial work. So this is, what you guys teach is, I know, like the high, about as high level as you can get, in terms of keeping up with the research. So they definitely, trust that way. And then a lot of them I see as clients as well. So a lot of the time I've had, doctors or surgeons or, dentists, nurses, people that have a lot of issues, especially, surgeons that are, going to have to be operating for 10 hours at a time or something, or,
Right.
dentists that are, pulling teeth all the time. They have, chronic injuries as well. And so if we can help them, they can understand, and it makes sense what we're doing. It's not, kind of any airy fairy work. It is just so solid and makes so much sense. It's logical. So yeah, I think that's why, they do trust to send them through.
So you obviously are helping people with pain and
Hmm.
massive dysfunctions of all kinds. Is there anything that comes to mind that a certain success story from a client, whether it doesn't have to be a physician, it could be a physician, it could be a non-physician with pain or dysfunction that pretty much had an amazing recovery?
Yeah, I mean, actually, on Friday, I had a client. He was 25. when he, I think about 25, when he came and saw me, and he hand wrote me a letter, thanking me for the work that FST has done for him over the last about six or 7 months. Sort of, we started off working intensely, and then have been able to drag sessions out in between. But he had a really bad back injury, and had a lot of issues with um, chronic pain, and it really affected his life. He wasn't able to do a lot of things, and he was just in complete discomfort all the time, which is just heartbreaking to know that somebody at 25
Yeah,
can be like that. And there's so many people that are like that.
yeah.
And we just followed the FST principles and worked really, really slowly and really gently. And he was able to do a lot more after those sessions. He's been able to do like an outdoor pursuit kind of training course, which he didn't feel he would have been able to do without it.
Well,
Um, for somebody nowadays, when we have technology to sit down and write a letter, it brought me to tears to be able to be part of that journey with him. And I think, it's times like that that you just think, if he's the only person I ever saw for my whole life, it would make it worth it. It's just, to have changed somebody's life like that, and to, have that sort of impact. It just, I would do it for free.
sure.
The courses are just so worth it for me
It
to
is.
earn that education.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
change for someone's life, there's no words for it. Honestly, there's no words for it. It's very emotional and it's amazing to give people hope where they lost hope.
yeah,
But switching gears, that's that wonderful category of clients. Then you have the other category, the jocks of the world, the athletes. Tell me a few things about what you've done with athletes and what sort of sport.
yeah. I mean, I've been really lucky to work with a lot of rugby players. It's sort of big here in New Zealand. It's not hard to find a rugby player. They're everywhere. But yeah, we I guess they're always trying to find what's the next thing, and a lot of them as well are keeping up with what is going on in your NFL sports and NBA and that sort of thing as well. So a few of them had heard of FST being done with those teams. They follow the players, on the social media and stuff. And so, yeah, when I came back, I just, started offering and getting the word out there to some of the local players, I guess, who then, told others and had some really awesome results with a lot of the players. And it's, taken me right through to being able to work with our top players, some of the All Blacks players, and, being part of, sort of players that are in the professional environment,
Hmm.
uh, which has just been, so much fun. I just love working with them, and it's kind of a whole different level, but they
Hmm.
have the issues and the same fears and stuff as well. And it's for me it's the same thing. I kind of think of everyone in the same way, that they're actually, you're just trying to help them live their life better, and it's about getting them to the best place that they can be so they can perform. And sometimes a lot of the time you're on a time limit with them, but not just for pain management but improvement in the sport as well. It's not uncommon for them to suddenly be faster, and bigger squat, bigger bench press. Even players that have been doing weights all their lives. I had one player in particular who was at the top of one of the All Blacks players, who is super super strong, and he was able to get stronger. And it's sort of like, wow, like how does that even happen? It's crazy when people are doing things all their lives. But yeah, the response has been amazing with rugby. They love it, and they're getting hit all the time, so it's they need a lot of attention and a lot of recovery, and to be able to release their joints, which I think take a pounding really on
Hmm.
the field, is really really awesome. Yeah, so that's been just so much fun for me. Yeah,
Well, I think the sort of the spectrum of people that you see from almost disability, people in true disability, to people who are at the highest level of their sport as a professional athlete, in your case with the All Blacks, you call them New Zealand All Blacks, or is that what they're called?
yeah, just yeah, All
Or
Blacks.
All Blacks, just All Blacks. But that's a wonderful variety of clients that you're helping and that you're seeing, and it's so inspirational to hear your story. I wish I could spend a lot more time with you talking about more specifics, but I think we'll leave that for another time. Um, I just like to say you're very inspirational, coming from New Zealand 3 times. So what do you say for those who want us to come to New Jersey, which is right across the country, a six
You
hour
know,
flight?
it's actually 4 times I've been, Chris. I did, the 4 trips.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Life
So
stretch,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, the two
Oh, the
level three
two
courses.
level
Yeah,
threes.
yeah. So yeah, so 4 times. I'd love to come back for life stretch though, but yeah, I mean, for me, whenever I hear that, I just think that's just crazy. Like you've got to. I think when people do level one as well, I can't even fathom how people haven't done level two yet. It's sort of like, why wouldn't you? It changes everything. I think it's such a huge jump from level one to level two, and there's so much more you can do, and it's so worth it for me. I guess I have no choice. Nothing really comes here, so we have to fly anyway. We're so far away, but the investment is just nothing compared to what you'd get out of these courses. It's just it's been such a life changing experience, and I I'm so lucky to be able to get up every day and love work and love what I do, and to share your work. I've always sort of said it's your guys' stuff. I'm happy to talk about it because it's I'm sharing what you guys have taught me, which is just such a magical thing, and I just wouldn't change a thing. This has just been the most incredible thing I could have ever done that I could have never dreamed of when I first, stepped into Phoenix. So, yeah, I mean, if you're in the States, especially, like, I'd be there every weekend, I think, if I could. So, um, yeah, who cares about the distance? Who cares about the money? Like, just do it. That would be all I can say.
Well, thank you so much, Holly. It was so good. Thank you for making time out of your busy, busy schedule to speak with me about your success. And it's very inspirational to hear from you. I hope that this message reaches other people who can, a lot of people have a natural talent. They don't even realize that. And we can all potentially help others and heal. And we bring that, I think we bring that out in people, the healer within people. And that's why this work is growing so well, so fast. I think we also attract really high quality people that come to our courses, and therefore they go out there and have that kind of same passion as you. They have the same similar success, and they wake up every day not working because they're
Yeah,
they're doing their passion, so it's not work.
yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much. And if people want to find you in New Zealand, where do they go? Since you said you don't have a website, where do they go?
Yeah, you can look me up on Facebook. Yeah, under my name, Holly Lynch, or Holistic Fitness is my Facebook page. Um,
Okay,
but yeah, I mean, I'm on the Stretch to Win website as well.
there you go.
Um, yeah, so
So they can
I'd love.
find you on our directory at www.stretchtowin.com. Well, you
Yeah,
heard it, folks. This is Chris Frederick with Holly Lynch from New Zealand. Another FST story of success. Thanks for your time, everyone. And until next time, TTFN, which is ta ta for now.